Tonight's story is one that'll give you chills. Not the spooky kind, but the kind that reminds you of the incredible power we all have to make a difference. It all started with a babysitting gig. A seemingly ordinary night that took an unexpected turn. I was just 10 years old, living the quintessential suburban childhood dream. Tree houses, bike rides, and endless games of hide and seek filled my days. One particular evening, my parents were heading out for a date night, and I was thrilled to be left in the capable hands of our beloved babysitter, Sarah. Sarah was more than just a babysitter. She was like a cool older sister, always up for an adventure, whether it was building pillow forts in the living room or teaching me how to braid friendship bracelets. With her infectious laughter and boundless energy, she had a way of turning ordinary moments into magical memories. As my parents headed out the door, a wave of excitement washed over me. Sarah and I had the whole house to ourselves, and we were determined to make the most of it. We started by raiding the pantry, whipping up a batch of gooey chocolate chip cookies. The sweet aroma of vanilla and chocolate filled the kitchen, mingling with the sound of our laughter as we danced around, flour dusting our clothes. Later, Sarah decided to surprise me with a special treat, her eyes twinkling with excitement. Just got it today, thought we'd try it out. I eagerly grabbed a spoon and dug in, savoring the creamy texture and bursts of chocolate chips. Sarah followed suit, her spoon clinking against the bowl as she happily indulged. We continued our movie marathon, snuggled under a blanket, the sound of the rain outside adding to the ambiance. But during a particularly dramatic scene in The Little Mermaid, Sarah suddenly gasped, her hand flying to her throat. Her face turned a sickly shade of pale, her eyes wide with alarm. I sat up, a knot forming in my stomach. "Sarah, what's wrong?" I asked, my voice barely a whisper. She tried to speak, but only a raspy wheeze escaped her lips. Her eyes darted around frantically, as if searching for an answer. And then, a terrifying realization dawned on me. Sarah's face was rapidly swelling, her lips turning blue, and her skin was covered in hives. Panic surged through me, but I forced myself to stay calm. "Did you eat the ice cream?" I stammered, my voice barely audible. Sarah nodded weakly, her eyes filled with fear. In that moment, I knew. The ice cream wasn't cookie dough, it was peanut butter. Sarah had forgotten about her severe peanut allergy in her excitement to share the new treat with me. I knew I had to act fast. My mind raced, sifting through fragmented memories of a first aid course I'd taken at school. I remembered the EpiPen my parents kept in the bathroom, a life-saving device that could reverse the effects of anaphylaxis. With trembling hands, I retrieved the EpiPen and fumbled with the packaging, my fingers clumsy with fear. I followed the instructions as best as I could, administering the medication to Sarah's thigh. The seconds felt like hours as we waited for a response. Her breathing slowed, her color gradually returning. Just as the sirens wailed in the distance, the front door burst open. My parents rushed in, their faces pale with worry. Relief washed over me as I saw them, knowing that help had arrived. Paramedics rushed in, their calm demeanor a stark contrast to the chaos that had unfolded moments before. They took over Sarah's care, stabilizing her condition and transporting her to the hospital. The rest of the night was a blur of ambulance lights, hushed conversations, and tearful hugs. My parents praised me for my quick thinking and bravery, but all I could think about was Sarah. I waited anxiously for news, praying for her recovery. Finally, the phone rang. It was the hospital, informing us that Sarah was stable and would make a full recovery. Relief washed over me like a warm blanket, leaving me weak-kneed and grateful. In that moment, I knew that I had done something extraordinary. I had saved a life. That night, I learned a lesson I would carry with me forever. I learned that even in the face of fear and uncertainty, we have the power to be brave. We have the power to make a difference, to save a life. And even though I was just a kid, I had the courage to step up and do what was right. If this story touched your heart, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories of hope and resilience. Sweet dreams, my darlings.